Back in the day, it was not uncommon for Canadians to start in NCAA in the States and then make the big jump to the major pros. Now, this guy has been kind of a forgotten, what we used to call semi-stars. Very talented guy, very handsome, very popular with the fans, the women, very personable guy. Born in Toronto, December 24th, 1948. George Morrison, born George Harold Morrison, played 361 games in the WHA and 115 contests in the NHL. Now, he played for St. Louis, Minnesota Fighting Saints and the Calgary Cowboys. Now, he first came to major prominence in the U.S. Collegiate system. His years for the University of Denver especially were quite prominent. He was named an all-WCHA first-team All-Star in '69 and was a All-American for AHCA West that year. Now, 1969-70, he was all WCHA first team and all AHCA West All-American. Now, it eventually led him to the St. Louis Blues for the 1971 season. Now, the 71 campaign was kind of a nice eye-opener for him. He entered undrafted. Now, he played left wing, 6'1", 175 pounds, very fluid on the ice. Now, their first season with St. Louis, he put up some decent numbers. 15 goals in 73 games, including 25 total points with 3 playoff games. 72 marginal play, only 2 goals in 42 games, but when he jumped to the WHA, there's where his career took off. Now, last I checked, he was probably one of the early stars for Minnesota. His first game of the WHA season of 73-74, he set a WHA record for the fastest hat trick in league history, scoring 3 counters within 43 seconds. He later scored his 4th goal of the game, allowing him to reach the 40-game milestone for that campaign, so quite interesting. Now, he won a championship with the University of Denver and was inducted into the University Athletic Hall of Fame in 2012. As a youth, he also played in the 1961 Quebec International Pee Wee Hockey Tournament with the Scarborough Lions. Now, he passed away in Schenectady, New York in 2008 at the age of 59 from brain cancer. He was probably going to be inducted in the University of Denver Hall of Fame, but unfortunately, a lot of good hockey players died of cancer back in the day. Now, Morrison's 74 season, again, that last game with the 3 goals, he did very well in the playoffs that year, 10 points in 11 games. 75, again with Minnesota, scored 31 goals with 60 assists and 14 points in the playoffs. Moved on to Calgary, where he scored another 25 goals in 76, and he wrapped up his WHA career with 30 points in 1977. So overall, like I said, a very impressive total WHA, almost a point a game pace, 265 points in 361 games, including 31 points in 39 playoff games. NHL, 38 points in 115 games and 3 games in the playoffs. So George Morrison, like I said, Toronto-born, very, very personable guy. And he would have done quite well, I think, in the NHL. But I think it was not, as we say, his time to make it in the NHL, but the WHA was more than glad to have him. And that 40-goal season in Minnesota. Just to recap about that 74 season in Minnesota, ladies and gentlemen, that was a year where Shaky Walton scored 57, Wayne Connolly had 42, Murray Heatley had 26, and Mike Antonovich, very underrated player, had 21, and Steve Cardwell had 23. So they're scoring goals left and right. They won 43 games that season. With John Garrett as their kind of half number 1. And of course, the Gordy Gallant, our New Brunswick hero from Shediac, was on that team, and Bill Goldthorpe was with them again in the playoffs. And probably was one of the most interesting, I think, teams of the mid-1970s. And, Ted Hampson and Jimmy Johnson were on that team too, so there was a lot of talent. So that's the story of the great George Morrison. Thanks for listening. Bye.